What if you wanted to rush someone on their island, but God said,
Die in a fucking fire, please.
Well, I have the perfect solution for you. In this video, I'll be showing you how to push every single player who's camping on their island and push people who are bow spamming you and being super duper annoying. Now, I know a lot of you who watch my videos are professional Skywars players, which is another word for people with no lives. I want to basically show you how to correctly push someone in the case of them just holding you back and being really annoying. I'll be covering some basic things in the beginning, but then I'll go to more advanced stuff that I think you'll find really helpful. Before I go more in depth though, I have to tell you guys that one of the biggest, most important factors of knowing all of these techniques is having a mouse that double clicks. Now, the two good mice that I know that double click really well are the Glorious Monolo and the Rocket Cane. The first technique is doing basically some Fortnite 90s, right? So let's say there's a player over there who's snowballing you, or they're on their island somewhere, and you're at mid trying to push them. So how you would do this is you would form an L just like a normal Fortnite 90. So you do something along the lines of this, right? So you would first form a wall in front of yourself, and then you'd place a block, and then form another wall, place a block, do that repeatedly until you get to a point where you can do it fast, right? So this is where the butterflying part will come in handy, right? So if you have a butterfly clicking mouse, you can form the wall here, and then you can just block spam quickly and quickly push the other player. So you do something along the lines of this. Alright, so that's the first technique. If you get really good at it, which I'm not really good at it because I only use this very rarely, but if you do, this is a very good technique to use to push someone. Now the next technique I'd like to show you is something I'd like to call the AoE method, because he's the first person I've seen to ever do this. Now, you want to build two and then keep building up when you want to push the player. And this basically creates a lot of variability in your movement, which makes it harder for them to aim at you and snowball you off. Alright, so let me try this technique again, right? Very simple, very easy to understand, and great for pushing upward. Now the next rush is something I'd like to call the ledge climb. It's a bit for more advanced players, and it's basically a very good block spamming technique. So let's say there's a person up there holding you down, right? Let's say this is a map like Xiaohao and there's a person on one of those small little ridge plateaus sort of things, and they're just snowballing you to keep you down, right? So what you want to do is you want to place a block underneath you and then place two over here. So if you place a block and butterfly click here, this is a very good pushing technique that I like to use very often. Now, if you see what I tried doing here, is I basically did a combination of the Fortnite 90 thing, but in one little column. And I also extended over here in order to form a platform. So what this does is it creates a better place for you to push to get to the other player. It's very useful. I use this very often, and it's the best way to really push a player that's above you, in my opinion. Alright, so the next technique that I'm going to show you is a very advanced one. It requires a prior knowledge of knowing how to drag click. Drag clicking is a very niche method where you essentially use the friction between your finger and your mouse as you slide it down the mouse button to create these small clicks on your mouse, and you have to do it with the double clicking mouse. I'm not going to teach you how to drag click here. I'm just going to show you what you can do when you do drag click, right? So let's say there's someone over there in the distance who's being really annoying and bow spamming you. Right? Drag clicking lets me place blocks really quickly. Right? So I can easily create a small little fort here with just a few drag clicks, which is way less effort than like having to individually place, right? So let's say I want to push him. Well, this pushing method is very useful, and I use it very often in UHC duels. So that's it for today's little tips and tricks video. If you'd like me to do some more of these and show you some other tips and tricks that you've probably not thought about, then be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and make sure that I know that you liked my video. Alright, see you guys later.